we're certainly bullish on gold and think about getting lots of money, and it's going to just keep increasing the price. I am going to have some forward-looking statements today, and so buyer beware. So we're a junior explorer company focused in Peru on gold exploration. We have drill-ready projects, big targets for gold. We've got a team of management and directors that have been involved with exploration around the world internationally, and we've got 9 projects that we're involved with in our portfolio. Myself, I've been in Peru for 25 years. Guys like Andy Swarthout have been there for 30. They're involved with us. Keith Laskowski, Linda Bloom, they've all been to Peru and have worked. And so this is some of the background and the kind of team that we've put together here to continue our exploration in Peru. First 2 projects that we have are the most advanced, Lourdes and Pucara. Lourdes, we've just completed a 25 drill hole program in December, and we're just getting the last of those results in now. There was, of course, the delay that everyone talks about when we started in October. Everybody was thinking we were going to get 10 days, but it turned out that everybody else was starting to drill and got their permits about the same time. And we've got these other 7 projects that I'll mention a little bit later. A little bit about our share structure, 62 million shares outstanding, fully diluted, 73 million. And after we've completed this drill program in December, we've got $6 million in the bank to continue exploring in Peru. We're focused in this south central part of Peru in the Ayacucho province, shown in that block here. That's where we've spent most of our time over the last 10 years. We've been 8 years private as Pucara before we went public in October. This belt of rocks is Miocene age volcanics that host gold deposits from Chile through Peru into Ecuador, Colombia, and continues up the Andean chain. Here, between these blue lines is where there's significant gold mineralization, and the big boys that are there also agree. We've got, international companies like Rio Tinto, BHP, Newmont, Barrick, Peruvians, Buenaventura, and so forth. So there's a lot of agreement, and I think we've had the most exploration there on the ground. Our properties are noted in red there. You can see Pucara here, and Lourdes, where we've been drilling here. And you can see we're surrounded by Fresnillo and Buenaventura, and up here we have BHP, and up here we have Sombrero Juniors. And one of our projects that's just joint venture is here, Los Tambos, with IM Gold in the green. What's important here about the northwest trend of the Andean trend, northwest-southeast, where we're located, is our Lourdes property. And there's quite the interesting intersection of structure here on the north-south trend with other producing mines. Apumayo is approaching 1 million ounces. That's a private Peruvian company, and 14 kilometers straight down Gun Barrel that's operating. And their cutoff grade is 0.1 with a 0.4 grade run of mine. So at Lourdes, the program that I mentioned that we've just completed, close to 4,000 meters in 25 holes. Assay results, have started to show up over Christmas, and we're just putting those together, and we expect to be releasing those really pretty quick. And I can't say any more about that right at this point in time. The targets that we've been chasing are high sulfidation epithermal deposits here You can see the 1 kilometer blocks. All this is within our property boundary. Diatremes, we've identified 6 diatremes. That's what we've been chasing and the vents that are along it. This is a gold heat map showing some of the higher grade gold in rock samples. We've got close to 3,000 rock samples, and elevation is from about 4,300 meters down to about 3,900 meters. And so this is the area Cascada where we had the highest grade gold, and we see, you know, from the surface, advanced argillic alteration down to the silica, buggy, and massive silica. This is the location of our drill holes. Note, you know, these are 2 kilometer blocks. That there's pretty wide spacing between the drill holes. The idea was to start testing these targets and get a feel for where the big area is to concentrate on. So this shows you also some of the rock samples here, where we had up to 1.7 grams in this area. We had samples down here of 0.3, 0.4 in the massive silica. This is down here in the Cascada drainage, where we have massive and vuggy silica, which is one of the areas we haven't got to yet, just access and road building. We ended up, because of rains, which, you know, typically starts around Christmas and runs to Easter. So that's part of our follow-up program. Certainly we've encountered the advanced argillic alteration above the system, as well as the leached granular silica, and encountered massive and buggy silica in our drill holes, up to 200 meters of massive and buggy silica. This slide shows alteration footprints, where we are at Lourdes. These are same scale on some of these things, but we want to show that we've got a large footprint here that compares to some of the other mines. Yanacocha, Mulatos, kind of deposits. That's why we're chasing these things. Pucara is our second project. It's on the list. We're in the permitting phase right now. Very large land position. Vuggy silica on the surface. The granular silica has been eroded away. We've got rock samples at surface approaching 17 grams plus anomalous copper throughout the area. This is an alteration map, and this center area, we call it Yanasora. That's where we're permitting now. So again, these are 2 kilometer blocks, our large land position. We've executed geophysics, mag and IP, soil surveys, and mapping. So this is the area right now that we're permitting and expect to have permits here later in the year. This is a soil map, and what I want to show you is the zonation that goes from the northeast, or the top right, where we have high arsenic, down to gold in the central and southern areas, and then copper. This is the kind of zonation that is pretty consistent with hydrothermal systems that zone from, say, the high sulfidation epithermal deposits down into porphyries. This is a mag map of the project area. Note the circular feature here of higher intense magnetic signature reduced to pole. And then this is an IP signature of resistivity, again, showing where we've got the high gold samples in the rocks in the area that we're concentrating on for our drill program slated for 2021. Some of the upcoming catalysts that we see, of course, are these phase 1 drill results. We're going to be working on the phase 2 program scheduled for the second quarter after the rains start, and permitting is ongoing right now for Pucara, and we expect to have that sometime in quarter 3. And you know, depending on all these results, you know, when we're going to start drilling on Pucara. The good news is we've got $6 million in the bank to fund these programs. I just want to talk a little bit about the rest of our portfolio. We've got 3 joint ventures. optioned projects with mid-tier companies, one with IM Gold called Los Tambos, also in the same trend, high sulfidation epithermal deposits with Lourdes and Picashka, and then Paco Orco and Capricho with Solaris Resources. These are two base metal plays that we picked up and decided to joint venture those because of our expertise. We feel the strongest in the high sulfidation systems. Other projects that are coming behind this are Kayla and Pucapaca. We're advancing these projects. They've shown quite a bit of mineralization at the surface. And so just as time permits, we're moving our team of 3 geologists to a total Peruvian team. Capricho is the joint venture we have with Solaris Resources. This is a picture of some of the stockwork texture that was eventually exposed from heavy rains in 2016 when we were fortunate to tour Dave Lowell with Lowell Copper down there, and he saw it and he said, we need to joint venture that. They can earn 75% over 3 stages by spending money and getting all the permits and paying us $500,000. That was a $14 million spend. At Paco Orco, similar kind of deal, a little bit less money. They're working on that one as well, and that's actually adjacent to Sombrero's activities there in Peru. This is a picture of some really neat boxworks that had never been sampled. We cracked open the rocks and outcrop, and it looks just like that green in the background. Los Tambos, our partners are IM Gold. They're pretty excited. They've increased the land package from roughly 50 square kilometers now to 170 square kilometers, and most of that comes into the joint venture. And it's also a earn-in up to 70%. The payments that'll come out of this, if these guys go to fruition and work commitments, is approximately $43 million, pretty significant. So that allows us to have part of our package going forward with others, and we can focus on what we're doing. That's the bulk of it. We're going to be having those drill results coming out. We've got money to continue on both projects as we see fit.